Green Bay Packers will be hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Jack Patera, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, and what a job he has done. The surprise team in the AFC. They are right in the middle of that battle in the West. Their record is 3-3, and they are chasing the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders.
You talk about surprises. The Green Bay Packers, head football coach Bart Starr has this group off and running. 5-1 record right now. They're 2 games up in front of 3 teams, Chicago, Minnesota, and Tampa Bay. So needless to say, they feel the pack is back.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. And surprise, it is raining in Milwaukee, and it is cold. The temperature in the upper 40s. And Lynn, I was talking about the Seattle Seahawks, and what a job they have done. They have the best record as an expansion team in the National Football League. They are 3-3. They are right in the middle of a 7-game stretch where they play 6 playoff teams from last year, and the team that was not in the playoffs last year, they play today, the Green Bay Packers. But it was last week. Their hero, their kicker, Efren Herrera. He had 2 extra point attempts blocked. Last play of the game, the field goal that won the ball game.
You talk about a big victory. A young team must overcome certain obstacles, and they felt that this was the biggest victory in the 3-year history of this young expansion team because they beat a quality football team, a championship team like the Minnesota Vikings.
Now, the surprise team of the National Football League this year. Remember last year, the Denver Broncos? This year, the Green Bay Packers. Their record is 5-1. Everybody says they are not that good. They are that good. They keep winning.
The important thing is that the Green Bay Packers team, they feel that they are the best team in the National Football League, and they're going to go on to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl game. Talking to them, that's the way that they really feel. They've been coming up with some outstanding performances by different individuals each and every week, particularly on that defensive unit. It's a young defensive unit, but what a job they've done. For example, last week, number 46, Steve Luke, the safety, intercepted a pass against the Chicago Bears, ran it back 63 yards for a touchdown. That turned the tide in that ball game. Earlier in the year, number 28, Willie Buchanan, against the San Diego Chargers, he just intercepted 4 passes. That defensive line is really an awesome one, highlighted by number 78, Ezra Johnson. What a year he is having. So far, 12 sacks. As a matter of fact, against Detroit earlier this year, he had 6 sacks in 1 ball game. So, as I said, the pack is back.
Now, I mentioned earlier, we obviously know it is raining. What effect will this have today?
This is going to have an effect on the ball game because a real dread or fear that a quarterback has when he wakes up in the morning, the first thing he does, look out the window to see what the weather's like. Well, when the quarterbacks looked out the window today, they saw gray skies, they saw the precipitation falling. This is going to have an effect, I think, particularly on young quarterbacks because they haven't had that much experience handling a wet ball.
All right, now, Seattle, their home games, they play indoors. Here they are outdoors, and they're playing on grass, and they're playing on dirt.
That is a factor in a ball game. You would think that Green Bay would have an advantage, but they do not play all of their games here. They play 5 games here, and then they also play in Green Bay. But coming off the grass, going onto the dirt, coming off the dirt, going onto the grass is definitely going to be a factor because they'll be slipping out there somewhat this afternoon.
All right, NFL 78 will continue in just a moment.
By Schlitz. Beer makes it good. Schlitz makes it great. By Dodge and your Dodge dealer, who invites you to come in and see why people are saying, hey, that's my Dodge. By Allstate Insurance Companies, you're in good hands with Allstate. And by AC Delco, quality automotive parts for quality motoring. Go with the names you know. AC Delco.
Stadium, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this afternoon. The Seattle Seahawks against the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everybody. Again, this is Charlie Jones, along with Lynn Dawson. The toss of the coin on a rainy, cold afternoon. The official temperature at kickoff time will be 42 degrees.
Green Bay will receive.
Chuck Heverling, the referee, and as you heard, the Green Bay Packers will be receiving. And that means that Efren Herrera will be kicking off for the Seattle Seahawks. An interconference game, Lynn Dawson.
Yes, sir. I can recall the very first interconference or interleague game Matter of fact, I was involved in it along with Bart Starr. It was the first Super Bowl game.
That's right. Here are today's officials, as you saw. Chuck Heberling, the referee. Bill Ross, the umpire. Al Zabato, the head linesman. Bruce Alford, the line judge. Paul Betts, the back judge. Dave Perry, the side judge. And the field judge is Bill Stanley. Do you have fond memories of Super Bowl I, you against Bart Starr?
Well, it wasn't me against Bart Starr. It was Bart Starr against our young defense, and it was me against a very experienced Green Bay Packer defense. But yeah, it was really a thrill, you know, for us to get some recognition and finally play the National Football League. But we didn't do very well.
Efren Herrera, the hero a week ago, with that 19-yard field goal at the 3-second mark to down Minnesota 29-28, will be kicking to the Green Bay Packers, and Steve Odom, number 84, is the key man on the return. Estes Hood and Jim Culbreth are the wingbacks on the return.
And Seattle will want to keep Green Bay back because they'll have to be operating in that dirt portion of the infield.
We're underway in Milwaukee at the 5-yard line. Steve Odom. Odom to the 20, the 25, Odom to the 30, Odom to the 40.
Look out!
Pack leads it 6-0. Steve Odom. What's Steve Odom now? He will keep that football because a youngster, Greg Peters, St. Elizabeth's Hospital in Appleton, has had some problems. He gets the football.
What a tremendous way to start off a football game. Number 84, Steve Odom. I said Seattle wanted to keep them deep because they'd have to operate in that infield portion of the football field. But here you're going to see great running, great hustle by the Green Bay Packers, great blocking. Now when he gets to the open at the 50-yard line, you can forget it because it's going to be 6 points.
Bobby Douglas holds Chester Marco with the extra point. And the Green Bay Packers are suddenly in front of the Seattle Seahawks to score. Green Bay 7, Seattle 0. Chester Marco, who added the point after, will be kicking off for the Green Bay Packers. Al Hunter, number 24, Rufus Crawford, number 34. They are the two deep backs on the return. We mentioned the temperature. It is officially 42 degrees. We have a strong wind, 14 miles an hour, and Marco is kicking into the wind.
You could generally tell the tempo of a game by these two teams, the kickoff teams, to see how they want to play.
At the 15-yard line, it is Al Hunter on the return. And Hunter is dropped at the 31-yard line. So Seattle will go to work on their own 31-yard line following that 16-yard return. First down. Their quarterback is Jim Zorn. The running backs are Sherman Smith and David Sims.
The key here, undoubtedly number 10, Jim Zorn. Man that can do so many things. Not only can throw the ball, but he can run with it.
Two wide receivers, Sam McCullum, Steve Largent. The tight end is Ron Howell.
Number 80, look for him. He's the big play man, Steve Largent.
So Seattle trailing early in the ball game. They go to work their own 31-yard line. Zorn goes right to the air in the rain. Over the middle, through the hands of David Sims. It is incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 at the Seahawks 31-yard line. That offensive line, Nick Bebout, Tom Lynch, John Yarno, Bob Newton, and Steve August.
Man's going to have his hands full as number 63, Nick Bebout, because he's going against number 78, Ezra Johnson. That pass was a great throw. That was right in the hands of David Sims, which proves one thing about Seattle. They're not going to hold back.
Duke Ferguson comes in as a wide receiver. He's to the near side, Largent to the far side. Second down, 10 Seahawks. David Sims. Sims to the 38-yard line, a gain of 7. It'll be third down and 3 as Ezra Johnson made the tackle. Let's look at that Packer defense. Mike Butler, Dave Roller, Carl Barzalauskas, and Ezra Johnson.
I was talking about number 78, Ezra Johnson, who is a key man, but also 77, Mike Butler is an outstanding second-year man.
Linebackers are Gary Weaver, Mike Hunt, and John Anderson.
Two of them. John Anderson is leading the linebackers in interceptions so far. He's been doing an outstanding job, number 60.
In the secondary, Willie Buchanan and Mike McCoy on the corners, Steve Luke, Johnny Gray at the safety.
And they will hit.
Third down, 3. There's a fumble. Green Bay has the ball. at the Seattle 35-yard line.
Well, you can see right now, Charlie, that the weather is having an effect on this game. We've been talking about a man by the name of 78, Ezra Johnson. They're running right at him. The ball never got to the back. Barzalauskas makes the hit. It's going to be 78 coming up with a football.
Green Bay at the Seattle 35, first down. David Whitehurst is the quarterback. Turdell Middleton and Barty Smith are the two running backs. Middleton. Middleton to the 30. Middleton may pick up the first down. Bill Gregory makes the tackle on the play. We gave you the backfield, Whitehurst, Middleton, and Smith. The receivers, James Lofton, Andre Thompson outside, Rich McGeorge is the tight end.
Number 80, James Lofton, is the man that's having an outstanding year for a rookie, and he's the man they go to last week, catching a touchdown pass. Big play, 58 yards from Whitehurst.
First down, Seattle 25-yard line. Whitehurst to throw. Has a man.
Yes, sir.
Touchdown. James Lofton from Stanford. His 5th touchdown reception of the year. The #1 draft choice. 35 yards on the drive. 2 plays. 25-yard touchdown pass.
Play action pass. Just mentioned that he is the big play man. A rookie who's doing an outstanding job, and he's got his man beat, number 22, Dave Brown, by a couple of steps. The ball is there, and it ends up 6 points.
Marco to attempt the extra point. Bobby Douglas will be holding. We'll have flags before the snap. And this is what Green Bay has been doing all year long.
Coming up with big plays. They
Yes.
did it defensively with the fumble recovery. James Lofton coming up with some outstanding moves. The great thing about that is he put an outstanding move on Dave Brown, the defensive cornerback.
Illegal procedure against the Green Bay Packers.
Had an interior lineman move before the snap of the ball.
Number 73, offense.
Foul was on Gerald Skinner in his first year from Arkansas. 45 seconds on that 35-yard drive in 2 plays. Here's the kick. It is good. It is Green Bay 14, Seattle nothing. 13:04 time remaining first quarter. Al Hunter and Rufus Crawford are deep as Chester Marco kicks out. The Pack out in front, 14-0. Crawford on the return. Crawford to the 30-yard line. So Seattle will go to work this time at their 30, last time at their 31 with a first down as Jim Gano made the tackle for the Green Bay Packers.
This is an attitude type of team, the kickoff team, because you're going to have to take some lumps down here, and you can see them moving. Number 51 is Jim Gano. He knows he's going to get hit, but he has to take a look at that ball carrier, and his job is to go after it. And that man was carrying the ball a little loose that time.
The first back through is David Sill. And he has a quick 5 yards to the Seattle 35-yard line. It'll be second down and 5. Now, the Green Bay Packers in front of Seattle 14-0. But the strength of the Seahawks has been a multiple offense.
And they are multiple. You can expect practically anything from this team on any part of the field. They're not like some teams and become conservative near their goal line. They may run a halfback pass. They could run reverses. They're liable to do anything.
Second and 5. Sims again. He'll come up a yard shy of the first down. It'll be third down and 1. Now, David Sims was a high school quarterback. Collegiate ball at Georgia Tech. He is Seattle's leading rusher and their number 2 receiver, a 7th-round draft choice a year ago. He's a good one.
And he's also a man that's capable of throwing. He will throw the football. But they're more interested right now in coming up with that first down. But here's a situation that Seattle doesn't always go to that off-tackle play in the short yardage situation.
Now, Bill Gregory, who is a defensive lineman, has checked into the offense, he would then be a tight end. Or was that, no, that was Lewis Bullard. I'm sorry. Bullard comes in. Seattle has taken a timeout. Bullard is a tackle wearing number 72. He will also play tight end. There was a little confusion. They did not want to make a mistake on 3rd and 1, so they take a timeout. Green Bay leading Seattle 14-0.
Well, you got a Roy Jarrella field goal, 23 yards, so in that very important game, Pittsburgh out in front.
3rd down 1, 39-yard line. Seattle trailing 14-0. Sherman Smith. The defense stops it. Willie Buchanan, defensive left cornerback.
Yes, sir. Great play.
San Diego State.
Great play by Willie Buchanan. This play was designed to go inside, but he jumped. Sherman Smith, number 47, decided to jump outside, and that was a mistake on his part because Willie Buchanan was out there. He jumps outside right there. Buchanan, his responsibility was out containment. Make sure he doesn't get outside of it.
Herman Weaver with a 39.2-yard average will be kicking, and the man that he is kicking to, Steve Odom, opening kickoff, 95 yards for a score. Superb hang time, fair catch. He lets it bounce. It will be down at the 11-yard line, and there is a flag drop back at the 42-yard line. The 75th World Series on NBC. As you know, it is now tied 2 games all. Immediately following this telecast, the Dodgers and the Yankees, Yankee Stadium. All right, we've got a good one on NBC. That kick covered 50 yards, but it may be brought back. We're waiting on the flag.
They have a penalty against Seattle, so I would assume that they'd make them kick the ball over again. Give Odom an opportunity to catch the football and run with it.
Next Sunday, Seattle will be hosting the Oakland Raiders, and next Sunday, Green Bay will be at Minnesota. Here's the call from the referee, Chuck Heverly.
Ineligible receiver downfield, the center, 4th down.
Had nobody over his head, so he snapped the ball and decided it's time to go.
Herman Weaver in punt formation. Steve Odom at the 26-yard line in Packer territory.
Weaver also can throw the football. They won't do it here, but he may do it later.
Odom takes it at the 34-yard line, east of the 40. A 6-yard return. So Green Bay will have a first down at their own 40-yard line. Bill Sandifer made the tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. 32 yards on that kick. It was some 18 yards shy of the kick before. The Packers now at their own 40-yard line, first down. Here's that defense of Seattle with Ernie Price, Dennis Boyd, Bill Sandifer, and Bill Gregory in the defensive line. Marty Smith, Turdell Middleton. Whitehurst to throw on first down. Drops it off to Middleton. Middleton has 5. Middleton has 10. 13 yards and a first down to the Seattle 47-yard line, where Bill Sandifer makes the tackle.
All right, right now, Green Bay is controlling this football game. They're in excellent field position. You notice that they're away from the dirt. A good screen pass, number 54, Larry McCarron, comes out, makes a big block, enabling Middleton to jump loose and get up for a first down.
Whitehurst has now completed 2 of 2 passes. His long being 25 yards. That was for the touchdown. He has picked up 38 yards through the air. Seattle, 47-yard line, first down. Marty Smith to the 43. He picks up 5. He picks up 4. So it'll be second down 6 as Sammy Green makes a tackle. Let's look now to the linebackers for the Seattle Seahawks. Sammy Green, Terry Beeson, and Keith Butler.
Number 58, Terry Beeson, last year led the team in tackles, and he is the hitter out there on that linebacking core. If there's anything that he needs to work on, it would be getting some depth in pass coverage.
In the secondary, Cornell Webster, Dave Brown on the corners, Autry Beeman, John Harris at the safety. 2nd down and 6. Middleton. Turdell to the 41-yard line. He picks up a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 as Terry Beeson, the middle linebacker, number 58, makes the tackle. He is the leading tackler on the Seahawks defense. And he was involved, as were several other players on the Seattle Seahawks, in the Dorsett trade with the Dallas Cowboys. And the Seahawks will say today that they would make that same trade because the young players are going to help them as they build for the future.
They had Steve August and Tom Lynch also involved, and all 3 of them are starting.
Niehaus is in on defense, 3rd down and 4. Here's the pass. It is tipped. It is incomplete. So Whitehurst misses his first pass of the afternoon. And it will be 4th down and 4. We have another score in. Philadelphia 7 and Washington nothing.
Well, you got an interception by John Trovers, 15 yards.
David Beverly will be kicking. Rufus Crawford, the free agent from Virginia State, is back at the 10-yard line. Struggles to around the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. Eric Torkelson was down there immediately. The officials spot the ball at the 16. A 27-yard kick, 4 yards on the return. There's the score. Packers in front. Seattle has the ball on their own 16-yard line. 1st down. Jim Zorn drops it off to his tight end, Ron Howard, on a quick screen. May have picked up the 1st down for Ron Howard. He was a basketball player at Seattle with Dallas for a couple of years. Cowboys like to pick up the basketball players.
Screen pass right off the bat. This is something that the Packers did just a couple of moments ago to the tight end. They're keeping him in a lot of times on that side that number 78, Ezra Johnson, is on because they need some help blocking 78. But this is a good run by a tight end. He's running there like a halfback.
It is a 1st down at the 26-yard line. First completion of the ball game for Zorn. He is 1 for 2. Should be 2 for 2. David Sims had the pass go right in and out of his arm. Back to the air. Has a man. Hits him. It'll be back-to-back 1st downs for Seattle as he goes to the far side to Steve Largent. Largent is from Tulsa and the number 2 receiver in the AFC. His 26th reception on the season.
Said before, they're going to put that ball up in the air. They're going to do things offensively. They're going to keep that, or hopefully keep that Green Bay defense guessing. They don't want to always get into a 3rd down situation where they have to throw.
Steve Odom for the Packers took the opening kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown. Zorn takes a lot of time, gives to Sims. Sims pops it open for about 8 yards, but there's a flag on the play. The 2nd touchdown was a David Whitehurst to James Lofton pass that covered some 25 yards. Ezra Johnson set that up with a fumble recovery at the Seattle 35-yard line. This will go against the Seahawks.
This is one thing that the Packers are not doing this year, and that's giving the ball away and also committing unnecessary penalties. And that's one of the reasons they're currently 5-1.
Number 47, offense. 1st down.
Illegal motion on Sherman Smith. Smith missed the first 4 games with a shoulder separation. Last week against Minnesota, he picked up 74 yards rushing. So spotted back at the 32-yard line. It is 1st down 15. Zorn taking a lot of time. On the draw, Sims, shut off inside, jumps to the outside, and Willie Buchanan will just push him out of bounds.
No, sir, they were not to be fooled on that play. They read that draw play all along and just stringed it out along the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 2nd down and 19, 2nd down and 18, as they will mark it at the 29-yard line after that loss of 3 on the play. We have 6 minutes, 41 seconds, time remaining in the first period. In the rain, temperature 42 degrees. in Milwaukee, the Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Douglas checks in on defense. Steve Rabel checks in on offense. 3 wide receivers for the Seahawks on second down 18. And the Seahawks use up the 30-second clock. It will be second and 23. And the line of scrimmage will be the 24-yard line. Seattle started this drive on their own 16, moved it out to the 37, and then picked up 8 yards, but penalties now begin to plague them here in the first period.
3 wide receivers in the ballgame at the present time, and they put number 80, Largent, in the middle of the last time, hoping to get single coverage, but they've changed that now. He's on the outside with number 83, Steve Rabel.
Mike Hunt comes out, Estes Hood, 5 men in the secondary for Green Bay. Second and 23. Incomplete, knocked down by Steve Luke. Good defensive play for Steve Luke of Ohio State. Defensive captain today, and this past week the NFL defensive player. Rabel, the intended receiver, will be third and 23.
He came very close to being maybe the defensive player of the week once again because he was reading Zorn's eyes all the way. He was trying to go to 83, Steve Rabel.
Now the Seahawks will be alternating Sam McCollum and Duke Ferguson as wide receivers. They are the messenger service. We will see them with 2 wide receivers, 3 wide receivers, and we may even see them with 4 wide receivers.
You can see those defensive linemen digging in too.
The give is to Sherman Smith. He picks up about 4. John Anderson was there to bring him down, and the kicking team will come aboard, led by Herman Weaver with a 39.2-yard average. And once again, it will be Steve Odom set to return the kick.
Steve Odom is back there, and once again, if he gets any return at all, he's not going to be in that dirt portion of the football field. And this may not sound like a big deal, but it is when you're running from one surface to another on the football field.
Here's the kick. Fair catch. 40-yard line. And that's what you were talking about, man. The skin part of the infield can be a problem. 32 yards on the punt. NFL football next Sunday. Go North Young Men will be the feature of NFL 78. We'll start it all at 12:30 Eastern Time, and that will be a feature on Canadian football. The games, the 1 o'clock game, San Diego, Detroit, Cincinnati and Buffalo, 2 o'clock game, Cleveland and Kansas City, 4 o'clock games, Oakland and Seattle, Denver, Baltimore, and Miami and New England. Check your local listings for the games in your area. Green Bay from their own 40-yard line. Turdell Middleton. Middleton picks up a quick 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3. Autry Beeman, number 27, was there for the defense.
Middleton did a great job of running on that play. He had to kind of jump over one of his offensive linemen. The play was designed to go more inside, but he has that instinctive ability to be able to jump and move either to the inside or the outside.
Middleton, 21 yards in 3 carries. And Turdell is the number 3 rusher in the NFC, 516 yards already this season. He is on his way to a 1,500-yard year. Incomplete, going to Andre Thompson. At the 47-yard line, it will be third down and 3, and the strong safety, Autry Beeman, had the defensive coverage.
Well, that's a good pattern if you get single coverage on a field where the footing is not very good, because the defensive player must react to what the offensive player does. And that time, both of them slipped a little bit. Pittsburgh jumping out ahead of Cleveland, 6-0 first quarter.
Roy Jarrella, his second field goal of the ballgame, now from 23 and 44 yards. Third down 3, Green Bay. Whitehurst. Under pressure, flag is down. Pass is complete to Barney Smith. He has the first down, but it will be holding against the Green Bay Packers. That will nullify it. And as we bring it back, we have another score in. And that score is New York Giants 3, Tampa Bay 0. Joe Danella has a 22-yard field goal first quarter of that ball game. It was third 3rd down and 3 and a first down. First penalty of the ball game that has hurt the Packers. Here's the call.
Holding, offense, number 71, 3rd down.
It was on Mel Jackson of USC, a number 12 draft choice in 1976. 3rd down and 8. Lofton is wide to the near side. Thompson wide to the far side.
I don't think they'll throw deep. This is 13 yards to go for first down. They don't want to make any mistakes.
The tight end stays in. Going deep to Lofton. He pulls it down. James Lofton, no, they rule it incomplete. He did not have possession. 4-4 speed for the world-class long jumper, Cornell Webster, with a defensive coverage for the Seahawks.
He almost came up with a great play. I said I did not think they were going to go deep because they didn't want to make the mistake of an interception. But Lofton really has tremendous hands, tremendous concentration. He's come up with several catches in that situation so far this year. He missed that one, but the next one he might pull in.
Rufus Crawford is deep as David Beverly will be kicking. Rufus at the 25-yard line of Seattle. 4:27 time remaining in the first quarter. Now Beverly will have a problem of footing on the skin part of the infield.
You better get it off. They're having trouble with the time.
Crawford drops it. Green Bay has the football. Estes Hood. And the Green Bay Packers strike again.
Prior to this game, Seattle did not have any problems with their special teams, but they're having it right now. He should have fair caught that ball because the defensive man was right in his face. And once again, Green Bay coming up with an outstanding play on the special teams. Coming up with a 95-yard kickoff touchdown by Odom. Now they're in striking territory once again.
That is the second fumble recovery for the Green Bay Packers. Ezra Johnson got the first one. That led to a touchdown. Estes Hood has the second one. 21-yard line of Seattle. First down, Green Bay. Middleton. Middleton to the 17-yard line. It'll be second down 6. Autry Beeman makes the tackle.
They come away with at least 3 points in a situation like this, Charlie. That's 17 points. It's a lot to overcome for Seattle, but they have that great striking power.
Here's another score. New England 3, Cincinnati nothing. Second down 6.
Uh-oh.
Fumble. The ball squirts loose. Scramble for it around the 7-yard line. John Harris comes up with the football. Seattle has the football, but there was a flag back at the 21.
Uh-oh. No one knew where the football was, and it was rambling around for about 10 yards before Seattle finally came up with it. But it didn't make any difference because offsides on Seattle is going to make it Green Bay's football once again. That's a fourth penalty for 20 yards against Seattle.
Offside, number 77, offense, lined up offside.
Bill Gregory lined up offsides. A costly mistake.
Trying to get that little edge.
Second down, about a yard and a half to go for the first down. Just outside the 12-yard line. Seattle territory. To the 5-yard line. It will be first down and goal to go. Bill Gregory makes the tackle. John Harris was also there for the Seahawks defense, a pickup of 7 yards on the play.
It's one thing about number 34, Middleton. When he runs, he's going forward all of the time. He's not a sideways runner. Once he makes up his mind which direction he's going, he's got great power, although he's not that large. He's only around 200 pounds.
The Packers will go with 2 tight ends as Paul Kaufman comes aboard. Middleton against Detroit at 148 yards rushing, his best game of the year. And the longest rushing play of the year, 76 yards, a touchdown against Detroit. Green Bay calls for a timeout. We've got 2 minutes, 51 seconds, time remaining in the first quarter. Don't forget this afternoon on NBC, game number 5 of the World Series.
What a series.
Yankee Stadium. Pre-game show will start at 4 o'clock Eastern time. That's 3 o'clock Central. And for those of you on the West Coast, that would be 1 o'clock. In the mountains, it would be 2 o'clock. Boy, the Yankees are something else.
Well, they came up with 2 outstanding games the last 2 ball games when their backs were against the wall.
Beatty and Hooton will be the opposing pitchers in that ball game this afternoon. Is that right? Our backup set? Granny, how are you? Bill Granholm of the NFL office is here. Are you the official observer? Oh, Art McNally's the official observer, and Granny is here to watch the announcers. That's what it is. Here's Jack Patera, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. He has done a superb job.
Yes, and they have put themselves in a hole this afternoon with the mistakes that they've made so far. But this is going to be an exciting football game because they don't quit. Because they're going to come back. Last week they were down to a fine Minnesota Viking football team, and they came back and won that one.
Just outside the 5-yard line. First down, goal to go for Green Bay. They want to make it 21-0 in the first quarter. Middleton and Smith are the 2 running backs. It'll be Middleton on a sweep to the right side.
Yes, sir. Touchdown. Great blocking by the Green Bay Packers.
Mel Jackson, number 71, with the block. For Turnell Middleton, that is his 4th touchdown of the year.
This is a back's delight when you can run into the end zone from the 5-yard line standing up. And he's got an outstanding job by his offensive line. You can see they're out in front of him, hitting people. 71. Mel Jackson coming into the picture right there, and that is the final block that he needed to jump into the end zone.
And don't forget, it was Estes Hood with a fumble recovery that set it up. Bobby Douglas will be holding. Chester Marco to attempt the point after. Up, it is good. It is Green Bay 21 and Seattle nothing with 2:46 time remaining first quarter. Chester Marco will be kicking up to either Al Hunter or Rufus Crawford. Green Bay leading 21-0. 2 costly fumbles by the Seattle Seahawks. The Packers cashing in on both of them. One of the upbacks. 13 yards on the return, and the Seahawks will try to get something going.
Well, they need to get something going right now to get back in this ball game. 21 points down. It's the first quarter. There's plenty of time remaining, but they've got to start establishing something offensively.
They are on their own 27-yard line. First down. They have yet to be in Green Bay territory. An opportunistic Green Bay Packer football team. And they believe, Lynn, just like you said at the opening of the telecast. 1 second of the 30-second clock. The handoff is to Smith. Another fumble. Green Bay has it one more time. Number 78, Ezra Johnson, with his second fumble recovery of the ball game.
That's the 3rd fumble of the ball game. Number 47 is Sherman Smith coming to the right side, and he is nailed there by about 2 or 3 Packers. And you can see the speed of 78 Ezra Johnson because they were running away from him. Coming up with the football, the third fumble recovery for the Green Bay Packers this afternoon, and right now they're knocking at the door once again.
At the Seattle 30-yard line, Ezra Johnson got the first one, Estes Hood got the second one, and Ezra Johnson, a replay. He got the third one, his second of the afternoon. First down at the Seattle 30-yard line. Whitehurst trying to cash in immediately. Drops it off underneath the coverage to the tight end, Rich McGeorge. Keith Butler, the rookie, number 2 draft choice from Memphis State, was there for the defense. For Rick McGeorge, that is only his 5th reception of the year. A gain of 7. It'll be second down 3.
There's number 78, Ezra Johnson. 12 sacks so far on this young season, 6 in one ball game, 2 fumble recoveries today. He is the big play man on defense, and it seems that every week somebody on this Green Bay Packer team comes up with outstanding performances.
We have an official's timeout. The sideline marker was wrong. It is second down and 3, and now they correct it. There we go. The culprit was a 3 rather than a 2.
That last play, Whitehurst was looking deep to both Lofton, number 80, and number 43, Thompson. He wanted the home run. He wanted 6 right away.
So with the official's timeout and the problem of setting the marker on the sideline, we'll rewind the 30-second clock and do it again. Second down 3. 23-yard line of Seattle. David Whitehurst, number 3 passer in the NFC. 52% completion average. Gives off to Barty Smith. Smith! 14-yard line, first down. Barty Smith with 211 yards coming into this ballgame. The number 1 draft choice in '74, brought down by Cornell Webster. We'll look again.
This is good, straight ahead, hard running by number 33, Barty Smith. He's eventually going to be tackled by a defensive back, Cornell Webster, but he's going through a lot of traffic there, maintaining his balance before being tackled by Webster. But they have been taking it right straight at the Seattle defensive team, and they've been picking up yards, running straight at them.
A gain of 9. A first down at the 14-yard line. Turdell Middleton. Middleton to the outside.
On a block, he's going to score.
The key block. It was Mel Jackson, the pulling right guard, number 71. That set it up. Turdell Middleton, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
Number 71, Mel Jackson, just to prove that a minute ago was no fluke when he jumped out in front of Middleton for the touchdown. He did it once again. This time, instead of going to the right, they went to the left side to prove that they could do it both ways. A great block by Mel Jackson, 71, and great running by that man, number 34, Turdell Middleton.
You got that one.
Right there, opening up a lane that now it's just free sailing to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay Packers.
Out of the hold of Bobby Douglas. Chester Marco will attempt the point after. It is up. It is good. The score, the Green Bay Packers 28, the Seattle Seahawks nothing. 30 yards in that last drive, 3 plays. It took 52 seconds, and for the 3rd time in the ballgame, the 3rd fumble recovery for the Green Bay Packers, they've turned it into a touchdown.
Well, they're capitalizing on the mistakes, and that's a sign of a good football team.
Hunter and Crawford are the deep backs on the return. At the 10-yard line, it is Rufus Crawford. And Crawford returns near the 27, maybe the 28-yard line, where once again Seattle will try to get an offense cranked up. Steve Wagner makes the tackle for the Green Bay Packers. They'll spot it at the Seattle 28-yard line, first down.
What do we got? Philadelphia 7-3 over Washington, second quarter.
For the Redskins, Mark Mosley, a 49-yard field goal. 20 yards on that last return as Seattle goes to work. The second back through is Sherman Smith. Smith has around 4 yards to the 32-yard line. It'll be second down and 6.
Tampa Bay ahead of the Giants, 7-3 second quarter.
John Davis scored the touchdown from 3 yards out. Tampa Bay 7, Giants 3.
Tampa Bay is coming on strong for another expansion team.
Yes.
Notice that last
excellent defense, particularly.
last play. They decided to run right at number 78, Ezra Johnson. They can't run away from him, so they run right at him.
Seattle has picked up 25 yards rushing thus far. Sims may have the first down. Zorn has completed 2 of 4 for 21 yards thus far. So the total offense is now around the 60-yard mark for the Seattle Seahawks. First down, 38-yard line.
You can see the player coming in. The plays are being called from the sidelines. Jerry Rome, the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks, really does an outstanding job of calling plays.
defense. He wants a timeout. With 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Does not want to make a mistake. Seattle has to get some offense going.
Green Bay that time overshifted their defensive front four. And what happens in a situation like that is that you got a play called in that direction, and you think you're perhaps outmanned, and you don't want to take a chance of losing a yard or two. They need to get some first downs. They need to get momentum going. Keep their defense off the field.
Atlanta now leads Detroit by a score of 7-0. A Bartkowski to Rickman pass covering 24 yards. 7-0. 12 minutes to go in the first half of that ball game. And here in Milwaukee, it is Green Bay 28 and Seattle nothing with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Greg Peters has to be one of the happiest young men in Wisconsin. Although he's in the hospital, Steve Odom promised him a game football if he did something outstanding. And what did Steve do? Opening kickoff, 95 yards for the score. Way to go, Greg Peters.
Can't do anything more spectacular than that, I don't believe.
First down, Seattle from their own 38-yard line. Zorn to throw, under pressure, goes deep. Has a man, hits him. Ron Howard, the tight end. Howard is to the 21-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. Steve Luke, as the gun sounds, Luke makes the tackle. That is the end of the first quarter with that 41-yard reception by the tight end. We'll be back with the second quarter of today's football game after these messages from your local station. In Green Bay territory. Sims to the 16. David Sims from Georgia Tech, a high school quarterback. 7th-round draft choice a year ago. He can throw. He's 1-for-1 throwing this year. You can look for the option that not necessarily in a game like this on a day in the rain.
I don't think that they'd want the running back. They want the running backs to hold onto the football. They don't want them concerned about throwing it with the weather conditions the way it is right now.
Sims also as a receiver is the number 2 running back as a receiver in the AFC. Sims just trying to wedge his way to around the 13-yard line.
Well, number 77 for the Pack is Mike Butler, and he just wedged his way about 3 yards deep and shut off any hole that they might have had on that last running play.
It'll be 3rd down. Just inside 4 yards to go for a first down.
Zorn is very, very good on 3rd downs.
As a matter of fact, throwing, he has completed 78%. He's converted 78% of 3rd down situations in which he has thrown the ball.
That's amazing.
78%. Would you throw here?
Yes, sir.
He goes inside to Sherman Smith, and Green Bay stops him. I go with you. I think he should have thrown.
Man,
Mike Hunt made the tackle.
78% of the passes on 3rd down. That's including when it's long yardage situation, medium, and also short yardage. But here it is. Just the Pack is there, and a great play.
Mike Hunt, number 2 draft choice.
He was good enough to move out Jim Carter at that middle linebacking position, which is an indication as a young middle linebacker, he's coming of age.
4th down and a couple, and of course, trailing 28-0, you go for it. Zorn will throw on this one. He's scrambled. He's going to keep. Has a block. Has a first down. He'll score. Jim Zorn scores his 5th touchdown. Ron Howard, the tight end, with a key block. His 5th touchdown of the season on the ground for Jim Zorn in his 3rd year from Cal Poly in Pomona. The drive started back at the Seattle 28-yard line. It covered 72 yards in 6 plays. Touchdown coming from 14 yards out.
Saying earlier, the explosiveness of this Seattle football team, they're down 28-0. They came right back, and that's the advantage of a Jim Zorn. He had the option to run or throw. He saw the hole. He knew he had to get the first down. Not only that, he got the score.
Herrera with the extra point. It is up, and it is good. The score is Green Bay 28 and Seattle 7 with 13:06 left to go in the first half. To kick off. They have been successful on 2 of 3 onside kicks. You tried here?
No, because they're looking. Well, they did it. The Packers were looking for it.
Dives for it because you said Green Bay was looking for it 3 out of 4 times this year. And there's a flag down at the 48-yard line. Am I right? It was Herrera himself that came diving underneath to recover it.
They've done it 3 times, successful twice, and Herrera is the man who does an outstanding job of just dumping it. It has to go 10 yards, that's all. It is 10 yards. The Packers were looking for it. All 5 men were up about 12 yards lined up.
Illegal procedure, short free kick. We will re-kick.
Let's look at that again. Illegal procedure on a short free kick. Normally that means that the ball was touched before it went 10 yards. Now remember, they're kicking from the 35. He did not say offsides. He said illegal procedure. That's 5 yards. That is 10 yards. He is thinking of the old kickoff for the 40-yard line. Officials are wrong. They will correct themselves. They will have to.
That's right. They're going to have to eat that flag.
The ball was touched by the white team after it had gone 10 yards. Therefore, it's a white team's ball. First down.
That was the mistake he
Yes,
made.
sir. Good call, Charlie.
I love to see Herrera dive. It's the first time I've seen the kicker get in there.
Generally, they're going the other way.
You know,
That's how they kick it. They go the other way. That's 3 out of 4, and the Packers, they were actually looking for that onside kick because they had all 5 of their front men up about 12 yards.
Now, if Seattle could get something going here, we'd have a ball game. 28-7, Green Bay. They've dominated. Zorn wants to go deep immediately. Flag is down. He'll run with it. It'll be a holding call. They'll bring it all back. He goes scooting out of bounds and then slips. He all right? Yeah, he's okay. That'll be a holding call. Boy, what an athlete Zorn is. Most popular athlete in Seattle. Wait, we'll be back to him in a minute. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Channel 23, KNDO, Yakima.
Penalty will go against the Seahawks. Jim Zorn, the quarterback, speed skater, wanted to try out for the Olympic teams. And
He's from, I don't know, where does he
Southern
speed?
California.
Where is there a lot of ice there?
The ice is, the rink is near Disneyland. That's where it is.
Indoors, okay.
Right. He was an amateur boxer. Also, are you ready for this? He's a very proficient juggler and appears on kids' television shows.
Hey, he's been doing a lot of juggling on the football field. I can assure you that. He's got great hands.
Holding, offense, number 51. First down.
Holding on the center, John Yarno. It will be first down and 20 back at the Seattle 38-yard line. And now Jim Zorn will really have to juggle that offense.
Well, he's the type of a quarterback that will give fits to a good defensive line because he has the ability to scramble and run with a football.
Duke Ferguson is wide to the near side. Zorn sends 4 in the pattern. He's being chased. Picks up a block. Throws it. It is complete. It is complete to Steve Largent.
They may say he was out of bounds before he threw the football, though. Over on about the 30-yard line.
He would have picked up 15 of the 20.
He's going now. He knows he has to get rid of the football because he's close to the out of bounds and he doesn't want to take the loss. Is he out?
No, he is not. Back that up. We can get our operator. Back it up and see where his foot is planted. No, right there. See where that foot's planted? He is not out.
It's very close, Charlie.
He's not close. He's not out. They lose 7. Officials win again. They're not having a good game. Second down, 27. That's all right. You know, it happens. Well, that was a big play for Seattle, though. They'll get a lot of static about that this week. Number 35, David Sims. And the head of the officials, Art McNally, is here as the observer. Gary Weaver. Art's listening to us. He's checking the television. Art, I'm sorry, baby, but they missed 2 of them. They corrected 1, but they missed the other. Now we got it from the end zone. And let's see if we were wrong and they were right. Oh, no, that's not even close.
Right, he is.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if the official was anticipating that he was trying to avoid the loss, was dumping it off. They missed that one. No, that was a big play. Bad call by the officials. Third down, 17.
Better get rid of it.
Chase, knocked away. That's a fumble. Green Bay will come up with their 4th. fumble of the afternoon. Dave Roller has the fumble.
But guess who it was that chased him down? Number 78, Ezra Johnson, with that 4.4, 4.5 speed, was able to catch up with Zorn, who's coming back in the pocket and taking off to his right. And this is the design play right there, because you can see the back, 47 Smith coming in to cut 77 Butler. But number 78, with that great speed of his. Now, Zorn is a fast man for a quarterback, but he's going to grab a hold of his arm right here. Coming up with yet another big play for 78, Ezra Johnson. He's already recovered 2 fumbles, and he created another one.
4th fumble recovery in the ballgame for Green Bay. Whitehurst intercepted by Autry Beeman. Seattle has the football right back as Beeman goes out of bounds around the 37 or the 38-yard line.
All right.
And for Beeman, that is his 3rd interception of the year.
Big play for Seattle, coming right back after giving up the football. That was a 14th sack for Ezra Johnson. Number 27 is Beeman. Looks like he's throwing the ball right to him. The quarterback didn't see him at all. Wasn't in his vision whatsoever.
And a flag was dropped out of bounds on the far sideline. So let's watch and see what happens once he gets out of bounds.
Unnecessary roughness, number 58 on the run.
The call was on Robert Barber. No, the call was on number 58. There is no 58. All right, Seattle has the ball. Green Bay, 48-yard line, first down. Zorn right to the air. 4 on the pattern. 1 to block. Deep. Largent has a touchdown. 48 yards from Jim Zorn to Steve Largent.
You talk about a tremendous throw, a tremendous catch. That was a perfect throw. The ball had to travel about 55 yards in the air, but it's a nice, soft pass, the kind the receivers love to catch, right on the money. It had to be a perfect throw because the coverage was very good. But number 80, Largent, coming up with a big play for Seattle, and they are now right back in the ball game.
Here's the extra point attempt by Herrera. It is good. Seattle now has cut their deficit in half. A moment ago they were trailing 28-0. Now they trail 28-14. 11:38 left to go, first half. Successful 1 out of 1 onside kick. 3 out of 4 this year.
Now
do they do it again?
Look at the Packers up on that front line now. You know, they're looking for this. I'm sure that they were told, make sure he kicks it deep. All 5 of them are right up on that line. They're looking for onside kick first, and then if he kicks it deep, go back and get your block.
He goes deep. Kind of squirrels it off to the far side. It is picked up at the 18-yard line by Jim Culbreth. Culbreth will return near the 30-yard line.
They're back in the ball game, and coming down on the kick is Pete Gronin, 57. Now this is a situation where a lot of times you have to sacrifice your body.
Boy, he does.
And he'll know tomorrow that he was involved in that collision.
Green Bay has the ball, first down on their own 30-yard line. They need a little ball control right now. Second back through is Turdell Middleton. He kind of scoots to around the 35-yard line, just outside of it. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Terry Beeson, in his second year from Kansas, was there for the defense.
Tampa Bay is for real, 14-3 over the Giants second quarter.
Jimmy Du Bois scoring from a yard out, 14-3, 3 minutes, 16 seconds left to go in the first half. Because of the scoring here, we still have 11 minutes to go in the first half.
I'm sure the Green Bay now, Bart Starr says, let's get that ball on the ground, control that line of scrimmage.
Marty Smith should pick up the first down. Bill Gregory was there for the defense.
Straight ahead, nothing fancy. We've got the weather that's a problem. It's still continuing to rain. The field is wet. The ball is going to be a little wet, so no fancy handoffs. Straight ahead. Attack them straight ahead.
Third down and about a foot. They mark it just shy of the 40-yard line. Paul Kaufman comes in. 2 tight ends on the set. Love to see Whitehurst go deep. Going outside, Barney Smith. Smith has 5.
Yes,
Smith has 10. And Smith goes near the 30, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line of Seattle. An excellent call.
Good blocking on the part of the Green Bay Packers and good running by Barney Smith. Coming off the left side, everybody's caving in and trying to kick out that outside man, which that happens now. It's a foot race, and it's also going to be number 27. Audrey Beeman's going to have to take on a load here. This guy's about 250 pounds, and he's not going to sideline him or dance him. He's going to run right into him with the shoulder.
Audrey Beeman took him out, a gain of 31 yards. Smith comes out. Culbreth replaces him in the backfield. At the Seattle 29-yard line, first down, Green Bay. Cordell Middleton again, and it's Jackson leading the way around the corner, but the defense is there. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. Audrey Beeman again moving up as a strong safety to make the stop. A check of the NBC NFL scoreboard shows Houston leading Buffalo 7-0. A Pastorini to Castor pass from 4 yards. 13 minutes to go, first quarter of that ball game.
That last play, Middleton did a good job of getting a yard or so because he was really pinned in.
Second down and 8. Whitehurst to throw.
Screen.
Culbreth. 15. Culbreth near the 10-yard line. First down. Ernie Price is the man who stopped him.
Not taking any chances, Bart Starr and the coaching staff. This is a safe pass. It's a screen pass to the right. Going to number 31, Jim Culbreth. Good blocking out in front. This is what you got to have. You got to have your offensive lineman out there throwing. Go out and throw. Don't worry about the ball carrier where he is. Just go out and hit somebody that has a different color shirt of yours. Let the back worry about running, and that time it paid off. Big play. On their way. Great position to score once again.
A gain of 16 yards on the play from Whitehurst to Jim Culbreth. First down, Seattle 11-yard line. Whitehurst drops it off right side. It is complete. Middleton. He'll be out of bounds at around the 5. Charles McShane was the man who made the tackle.
I'll tell you, Middleton would have liked to have had this ball just a little sooner. This is a play-action pass. Right now, if he had that ball right now, he'd have room to turn upfield, and he might have been able to get into the end zone. As it was, he had to cakewalk to make sure he didn't jump out of bounds. But a big play for the Packers. Coming up throwing on first down inside the 10, 15-yard line. That's a trademark of Bart Starr.
Second down and 4 for a first down. Second down and 5 for a score. Middleton, he's in trouble. He'll lose a couple. Back to the center. Terry Beeson, the very active middle linebacker for the Seahawks, was once again there.
Yeah, it was Terry Beeson that got in there and disrupted things. There's no hole here. He wanted to go either off tackle. It's not there, so now he wants to jump outside. Jump back inside, now outside. 58, Terry Beeson is the man who tripped him right there, and he had help from his friends. Now you're coming into a situation now where it's a long way to run with that football. They're spreading it out. This is a passing situation.
Gerald Skinner has come in at offensive right tackle. Wide receivers are in, third down and 6. Into the end zone, flag is down. Lofton has it in the end zone, but there was a marker. And Lofton is in a pushing match with John Harris.
I'll tell you why, because Harris feels it was offensive interference that he pushed off. Knocked him down.
It was offensive pass interference called, we believe, on James Lofton.
He was going to run a corner pattern, and the way he ran the corner pattern was knock Harris down and then jump out in the corner. That's why he was so wide open.
Lofton has a touchdown in this ball game, 5 on the year. Number 1 draft choice from Stanford. Here's the call.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 80. Third down.
They'll bring the ball out to the 16-yard line. 17-yard line. It'll be third down and 16. Kerry Justin comes in at defensive right corner now for Seattle. Green Bay wants a timeout. They stop the clock. We've got 7 minutes, 28 seconds, time remaining in the first half. The score is Green Bay 28 and Seattle 14. And don't forget this afternoon on NBC, Game 5 of the World Series. The New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Dodgers from Yankee Stadium. The Dodgers taking the first 2 at home, followed by the 2 victories by the Yankees, and what a cliffhanger that was last night. You love the rain delay coverage that we had. And we've got rain here. And as the conference goes on, let's talk about a NBC Sports World special edition. This will be next Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Danny Little Red Lopez, boxing Phil Clemente, 15-round WBC Featherweight Championship fight from Pesaro, Italy. That should be a good one. Special edition of Sports World. But right now, it is Green Bay 28, Seattle 14. The Seahawks had the momentum, even though they trailed 28-0. Pulled within 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Green Bay started this drive from their own 70, rather from their own 20, own 30. I'll get the numbers right in a moment. Trying to move 70 yards. This has been their first sustained drive. They've been bogged down here. Third down, 16. Whitehurst throws. It is caught at the 5-yard line by Andra Thompson, coming back on a comeback pattern after he went deep into coverage.
He didn't originally want to go to Thompson in the first place because he wanted to get it into the end zone. That's where they had to go. But he wanted to also make sure, don't throw that ball up for grabs. And this is a good throw. Low and outside. You can see he's not looking at Thompson, but right now he knows he has to get rid of it. He doesn't want to take that loss. He throws it low on the outside so that if Thompson doesn't catch it, no one is going to catch it. Good play by Whitehurst.
Bobby Douglas to hold. Chester Marco with a field goal attempt from the 12-yard line, an attempt of 22 yards. Kick is down, it is up, and it is good. Green Bay adds 3 more. They now lead 31-14. 6 minutes, 32 seconds, time remaining, first half. In the rain in Milwaukee.
That was a good play. Good play because he made sure that he gave Markle an opportunity to kick the field goal.
A 22-yard field goal by Chester Markle. He has now converted 6 of 9 field goal attempts this year. Twice he has hit from 41 yards.
Here's a team that hadn't put too many points on the scoreboard, the Green Bay Packers, and yet they're putting them on this afternoon. 31 points already, and we're still in the first half.
Marco will be kicking off. On that drive, it covered 58 yards to set up the field goal by Marco. 8 plays, time consumed on the clock, which is one of the things that Lynn Dawson talked about that the Green Bay Packers want to do. Time consumed 4 minutes and 59 seconds. On the scoreboard, St. Louis leading Dallas 7-0. First quarter score.
All right, my old teammate Jim Otis, fullback, a 2-yard run, count for the touchdown. St. Louis 0-6, looking for a win. If they beat Dallas, that would be a very, very big win.
Al Hunter and Rufus Crawford are deep. Doug Long is the up back in case that Marco's kick comes short. Crawford at the 5-yard line. Rufus to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, 31-yard line. 26 yards on the return, and Seattle will move on offense.
I'm sure that return was designed to go to the left because they wanted to stay away from that infield portion of the field. Because driving or trying to dig in dirt is a lot tougher than on the grass. Just can't get a foothold.
Sam McCullum comes wide to the near side. Largent wide to the far side with Sherman Smith and David Sims, the two running backs, and Zorn goes to the air.
Wide open.
It is there to Sherman Smith. Smith to the 41-yard line of Green Bay.
Boy, I'll tell you, Zorn has a real fine touch, and he just laid this in there. And now 47 Smith is a running back, and a lot of times you don't throw the ball the same to a running back that you would to a wide receiver. And the timing is perfect. He lays it in there right in the seam or in the area where it had been vacated by the deep defensive back.
A gain of 28 yards on the play. Zorn has now completed 5 of 7 passes for 139 yards. And he goes right back to the air.
Oh.
And he had Smith open again behind him.
He's throwing to the open area back there, and he threw it behind number 47 Smith. Same play to the other side. He'd like to have it back, I can assure you that.
You like the touch of Zorn. You've talked about this in the past with other quarterbacks.
Other quarterbacks throw one speed. They got a strong arm, and they throw the same way all of the time. He has the ability to put it in there nice and softly, but still get the ball there in a hurry. Receivers love this because, in the first place, you don't tear up their hands, particularly when the weather gets cold.
Steve Rabel is in 3 wide receivers. 2nd down and 10. Just outside the 40-yard line of Green Bay. Remaining back is Sims. He carries. Give him 2 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 8. The New York Jets leading Baltimore by a score of 3-0.
Pat Leahy, field goal from 33 yards. 3-0 first period. Jets over Baltimore.
You might wonder why the game today started at noon rather than normal 1 o'clock Central Time. The reason? So that we can join the World Series Game 5 on NBC this afternoon. Joe Garagiola, Tony Kubek, Kurt Gowdy, and Tom Seaver all there. Sack for the Green Bay Packers. Mike Butler has the sack.
Well, eventually, with this fine defensive line of the Green Bay Packers, somebody's going to get through. Ezra Johnson has had a couple of sacks, or 1 sack today, or 2 sacks today. This time it's number 77, Mike Butler out of the University of Kansas.
Unofficially, we have that as the 3rd sack. Is that right? All right. And that means the 28th sack on the year for the Packers. They lead the NFL in that category. And now Herman Weaver will be kicking. Steve Odom sets up shop at the 10-yard line. In case you joined us late, you missed Steve Odom in action. 95 yards, opening kickoff for a touchdown. He feels it at the 10-yard line. To the 15.
Oh, he got a seam.
He's got it. 40, 50. They catch him at the 42-yard line. 48 yards on that punt return. Dennis Boyd finally hauled him down. Here is Steve Odom at work.
They give him room to run. That is that right now he has time to take a look and survey the field and see which direction he's going to go. He needs straight up the field, and that's coming up, but a great return by Odom, who's already had 95 yards with a touchdown and kickoff return. Puts the Pack in excellent field position.
42-yard line of Seattle, 48 yards on the return, and he's doing it on a wet track. Whiter spins, gives off to Middleton. A gain of close to 5 on the play. Bill Sandifer makes the tackle. Cleveland is now in front of Pittsburgh. Brian Sipe pass.
Yes, sir. Brian Sipe to Logan. 17 yards. Field goal good. So, gonna make the game. Cleveland 7. Pittsburgh 6.
Turdell Middleton now 11 carries for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marty Smith 4 carries, 40 yards. His long gain is 49 yards. Football.
Give it.
Seattle has the football. Bill Gregory and the Seahawks have the football.
Talking about a situation where Green Bay has been going along very well and handling the football. They're going straight ahead. Their idea, I'm sure, is to go straight ahead, but the exchange between the center quarterback was not there. He couldn't come up with it, but Gregory, number 77, Bill Gregory, did. Big break for Seattle. Gives him great field position right at the 40-yard line.
60 yards away from the end zone. 3:43 time remaining. First half. 3 wide receivers, 1 remaining back. Zorn becomes the other running back. He can scramble. Throws into coverage and is incomplete, going to Steve Largent. It will be second down and 10 back at the Seahawks 40-yard line. Green Bay leading 31-14. We've got another score in. Pittsburgh coming right back. Larry Anderson, how about that? He's imitating Steve Odom today.
95-yard kickoff return. Larry Anderson of Pittsburgh putting them back in front 13-7. So Cleveland's lead did not last very long.
Do we have the times on that lead? Can I see that card again? See how long that lasted. It lasted 14 seconds. You're right. It was not one of your long leads of the season. Second down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Zorn wants to screen. He's throwing it away. He was avoiding a lot.
Yes, sir. But he got it downfield. Smart play by number 10, Zorn. His receiver, Ferguson, was down in that area, but see, he's trying to roll out, and they're trying to get him outside the containment.
And 178, Ezra Johnson, here he comes again.
Zorn's right there, sees that he's in trouble, and he's throwing it away. There's no question about that, but he did a smart move that he's throwing it away downfield and in the direction of a receiver. He just underthrew him a little bit by about 20 yards.
That's right. And under duress.
But you see the
also.
official right there? He's the referee is the only man that can call that, and he's trying to protect the quarterback, number 10.
Third down and 10, 40-yard line. Rolling near side. Sims stays in the block, goes deep. It is intercepted, 31-yard line by Johnny Gray. And Green Bay has the football. 1 interception and 4 fumble recoveries for the Green Bay defense. Rabel, the intended receiver. Here is Johnny Gray.
Well, it's coming up, and Gray just does a great job of taking it away from the offensive man. That's his ball, he says. Is that Rabel?
Right. And here it is again.
It's tough because Zorn is going to his right, and he's left-handed throwing back, and it's tough. If he'd have been able to plant his foot and throw it deep, he would have gotten a little further downfield. But that's just a takeaway. Good play by Johnny Gray, number 24.
Packers now from their own 30-yard line. Here's Turdell Middleton.
But you look at that last play, though, Charlie, at about 31 yards or so. It's kind of like a punt anyway. Besides that, you don't give the ball to number 84 Odom.
Keep it away from Odom. That is true.
It's a third down and 10, and he was throwing it deep, throwing it up there, just hoping his man can get it. If he can't, and if it's intercepted, he'll be tackled at the spot. And it's just as good as a punt.
Halftime score. It's all tied between New England and Cincinnati. Is that a quarterback's rationale of an interception?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's
the words of Lynn Dawson.
You got to give he had no hope at all if he held on to the football. The only chance he has is to throw it up in the air.
Middleton to the 37-yard line. It'll be third down and around 3 as Charles McShane was there for the Seahawks. That Seahawk defense has Ernie Price, Dennis Boyd, Bill Sandefur, Bill Gregory, McShane, Beeson, and Butler the linebackers, with Webster and Justin on the corners, Beeman and Harris at the safeties. Two minutes, 17 seconds, time remaining, first half. Green Bay leading 31-14 over Seattle. Packers are off to their best start since 1966.
7 seconds. He's letting the clock go down to the 2-minute warning. Time is beautiful. 2-minute warning, 2 seconds to go on the 30-second clock.
So we'll have the 2-minute warning to both pitches. We'll be back in a moment. Green Bay leading Seattle 31-14. 2 minutes to go, first half of the ball game.
Well, this has been a strange ball game because just about everything has happened so far. We had an onside kick already in the first half, which generally never happens until late in the fourth quarter. And anything is going to happen in this ball game because both teams are very explosive.
Third down 3, Green Bay, their own 37-yard line. Middleton, and he will lose a yard on the play, and the Packers will have to kick as Charles McShane, the left linebacker, played it excellent. played it with excellence, and Middleton was pulled down. They'll mark it at the 36-yard line. Yes, it'll be 4th down and 4. So that means that Rufus Crawford goes drifting back once again, and David Beverly will be kicking for Green Bay. Or is he?
Or is he? Well, they have probably a formation where they'll jump back in, yeah.
He was up chatting with his center, Larry McCarron.
Please don't center it over my head.
Not on a wet, rainy afternoon in Milwaukee. There's Rufus Crawford.
Hit my hands with the dry spot.
2 seconds, 1 second on the 32nd. They're letting the 32nd clock run. Now they're just using up all the time that they can in the first half. There's now 1 minute and 6 seconds.
They figured
good call.
5 yards additional of punting, and it doesn't mean that much.
Is that the craftiness of Bart Starr on the sideline, you suspect? Use it up in every way.
He's the head man.
Yes. And he could do it before they had 30-second clocks, couldn't he?
Offense, number 7.
When you were playing before the 30-second clock, with the clock in your head, did you always know where you were?
Pretty much so, but at that time, the officials would give you a little more leeway. If you were over by a few seconds, they would come in and tell you, hey, look, you're running real close that time, so speed it up a little bit. They worked with you, if you were nice to them.
3rd down and 3. In 3rd down conversion, Seattle in the ball game is 0 for 7. This is their 8th try at a 3rd down conversion, and they have it. Sims, straight shot up the middle. He goes to the 47-yard line. 16 seconds on the clock. Timeout, Seattle. Gray with a
This is a good call. It's a trap play because they know that the Green Bay Packers are coming. You can see 77. Butler flying in there, and there's a fine hole because the linebackers, the defensive backs, they are taught, don't let anybody get behind you in a situation like this. Give them the short stuff. Don't give them the big bomb.
A gain of 12 for Sims. He now has 49 in the ball game, a 4.9 average as he has 10 carries. Sherman Smith has 13 yards rushing. Zorn has 14 yards rushing on 1 carry. Zorn, by the way, is the number 2 rusher for the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, he has great ability. He glides along and doesn't look like he's doing much, and all of a sudden he takes off and he covers about 10 or 15 yards and nothing flat. He's for a quarterback. He's got excellent speed because we're talking about Ezra Johnson with 4.4, 4.5, 40. Well, Jim Zorn will run it in 4.6 or 4.7. That's excellent for a quarterback.
Steve Rabel is in, 3 wide receivers.
I might also say it's necessary today to get out of there in a hurry.
Zorn to throw, 5 on the batter. Here comes the defense rolling out. Ezra is chasing him. He throws. It is incomplete over the head of Steve Lyman. You mentioned this earlier. That is so tough for a left-hand quarterback to come to his right. He has to turn, set himself. You just cannot throw on the run in that situation.
Well, if you're left-handed, that means that you have to plant that left foot to get some thrust off of it. And if you're running to the right, it's very difficult. You got to get yourself turned around. And when you have a man like Ezra Johnson chasing you, you got to do it in a hurry.
Turn around in a hurry. That's right. 9 seconds left to go in an exciting first half that all started with the opening kickoff to Steve Odom, 95 yards. Touchdown return. Green Bay has not been headed in the ball game, although the Seahawks cut the deficit 28-14, had some momentum. Then the Packers came back with a field goal to make it 31-14. As time will run out, either on this play or the next one in the first half. Zorn again, running to his right. He turns, he throws downfield. A comeback pattern, and they will rule the catch complete at the 28-yard line.
1 second remaining
to Sam McCullum. Now let's watch from the end zone camera. He was flirting with that side.
This is a design play. Now he's coming back and set up. Now he wants to get outside the containment. And the linemen are setting up out there, giving him a wall for Zorn, and he's looking downfield. Throws the ball. It's going to be caught right by the out of bounds.
He's got it. Right?
He's there, and he's out of bounds, and the clock shows 1 second remaining, and an apparent field goal. But Zorn can throw the football, too, so maybe it isn't going to be.
From the 36-yard line, an attempt of 46 yards by Ephraim Herrera or Zorn to throw. The field goal would cut the deficit back to 14 points. Here it is, and it will come up short. It is short and to the left. So Herrera passes from 46 yards away as the gun sounds as we end the first half here in Milwaukee. The score, Green Bay 31, Seattle 14. At halftime, the rain continues to fall in.
The rain has definitely been a factor in this ball game because of the fumbles by both sides, but Green Bay has taken advantage of it more so than the Seattle Seahawks. So look for the second half. It's not going to change anything because the rain looks like it's going to continue to come down. It's going to be a factor in this ball game, but I'm surprised that they're throwing the ball, particularly Zorn throwing the ball so well, and Whitehurst also. So he can strike quickly. They've got speed on the outside. They've got a good offensive line that gives him protection. They're going to have to because the Green Bay Packers are going to put pressure on him. They're going to say, get to it.
The expertise of Lynn Dawson. I'm Charlie Jones. And Chester Marco will kick it away as we open the second half. Al Hunter fields it at the 7-yard line. Hunter for Seattle to the 20. Runs into his own man. Scrambles just outside the 25-yard line where John Anderson, the rookie from Michigan, was there for the Green Bay Packers. So Seattle will go to work at their own 25-yard line, first down. On the offense, Jim Zorn is the quarterback with David Sims and Sherman Smith, the two running backs. The wide receivers are Steve Largent and Sam McCullum. Duke Ferguson and McCullum will alternate as the messenger service. Ron Howard is the tight end. Largent in motion. Zorn throws right back to Ron Howard, his tight end, a fumble. And Green Bay has the football. Number 55, Mike Hunt comes up with it. The fifth fumble recovery for the Packers in the ballgame.
The one thing that they couldn't afford to do is cough up the football. It's just a quick out by the tight end. Ed Largent coming in motion, trying to distract him. He's wide open. He's carrying the ball in the wrong hand right there. If it had in the other hand, the man would not have hit it with his headgear. He would not have fumbled the football. You always carry the ball away from pressure.
It was a tackle of Mike McCoy that caused the fumble. Now at the Seattle 37-yard line, Green Bay has a first down. Whitehurst feeds off to Middleton. Middleton to the 29-yard line. He'll pick up 8. It'll be second down and a couple as John Harris makes the tackle. Did I say McCoy? Mike McCoy made the tackle. Mike Hunt recovered the fumble for the Green Bay Packers. That is what happened on the turnover. It is second down and 2, 29-yard line for Green Bay. Turdell Middleton and Barty Smith are the running backs. Andra Thompson and James Lofton, the wide receivers. Rich McGeorge is the tight end. That offensive line, Tim Stokes, Darrell Goforth, Larry McCarron, Mel Jackson, and Greg Cook. Second down and 2. Straight shot by Barty Smith. Close to the first down. And while the officials take a quick look, we'll look at the Seahawks defense. As Terry Beeson made the last tackle, that line has Ernie Price, Dennis Boyd, Bill Sandifer, and Bill Gregory from left to right. With McShane, that's Charlie McShane, Terry Beeson, and Keith Butler, the linebackers. Secondary, Cornell Webster, Kerry Justin on the corners, Autry Beeman, and John Harris in the secondary. Gerald Skinner now comes in as a tight end. He has to report he's an offensive tackle. We're 73, third down and 1. First down, Green Bay. Barty Smith. McShane makes a tackle along with Beeson.
Look for that the second half. Look for Smith and Middleton to get the football to establish that line of scrimmage. Green Bay has the lead, so they're going to attack straight at Seattle. They're going to force Seattle to stop the running attack before that they put the ball in the air. And then when they get them sucked up there close enough, there's going to be a play-action pass, and they're going to look for somebody deep.
At the Seattle 21-yard line, first down. Whitehurst to throw. As a man, he is there, hits him. Once again, it is the world-class long jumper from Stanford, the #1 draft choice, James Lofton, MVP of the Senior Bowl earlier this year on NBC.
I said they established that running game, then they're going to throw a play-action pass, and they did it faking to number 33, Barty Smith. Middleton's out of the backfield, but he's looking deep. He's looking for the home run ball, and Lofton comes back runs a hook or curl pattern in front of the defensive man. He's wide open. A great throw by Whitehurst, and they're knocking at the door once again.
First down, goal to go. 2-yard line. Cornell Webster made the last tackle. Lofton comes out. We'll go with 2 tight ends, Paul Kaufman and Rich McJoy. A gain of 19 in the last play. Middleton dives. He's got it. Cornell Middleton's 3rd touchdown of the ball game, and his 6th of the year. And it is now Green Bay 37, Seattle 14.
Coming off right tackle, they have 3 tight ends in the ball game. Gerald Skinner, 73, is also in there. They took out the wide receiver, so that means they were going to run in. And this is a power runner, although he's 195 to 200 pounds. But you can see the Packers moving Seattle back. When that happens near the goal line, that means that the back has an excellent opportunity to score. Middleton did it once again. That's number 3, isn't it? 3 touchdowns.
Right. Mr. Marco to attempt the point after 37 yards on the drive, 5 plays, time used 2 minutes, 52 seconds. Extra point is up, and it is good. The score is Green Bay 38, Seattle 14, 11:51, time remaining, 3rd quarter. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
Channel 23, KMBO, Yakima.
Chester Marco kicks off. Rufus Crawford from the 10-yard line. Rufus to the 20. And he is dumped at the 25-yard line by Steve Wagner. So Seattle once again will be on offense with Jim Zorn at quarterback, Sherman Smith and David Sims, the running backs, Steve Largent, Duke Ferguson, Sam McCullum, all in as wide receivers. Ron Howard, the tight end. That offensive line, Nick Bebout, Tom Lynch, John Yarno, Bob Newton, and Steve August from left to right. Largent in motion. First back through is Sims. He picks up around 5 yards on the play. Gary Weaver makes the tackle. The defense of Green Bay now with Mike Butler, Dave Roller, Carl Barzalauskas, and Ezra Johnson up front. Now, Barzalauskas was substituted for by the rookie from Alabama, Terry Jones, in the first half. That was just to give him a breather. That was all. Linebackers are Gary Weaver, Mike Hunt, and John Anderson. In the corners, Willie Buchanan, Mike McCoy. Safeties, Steve Luke and Johnny Gray. They mark it at the 31-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down 4. Second back through, Sherman Smith. Smith breaks it to the 50, 45, 43-yard line of Green Bay. Johnny Gray makes the tackle. You could say one thing about the Seahawks. They may be down, but boy, they're never out of it.
Well, this is a good run by Sherman Smith, number 47, but more importantly, good blocking up front. There is the hole right there. He breaks 1 tackle. Now it's a foot race to see how much yardage he possibly can get, but good blocking over there by Bebout, number 63.
Officials mark it at the 44-yard line, a gain of 26 yards on the play. Green Bay territory, first down Seattle. Zorn throws, has a man all alone, and it's Largent. Largent inside the 20-yard line to the 19-yard line, first down. Johnny Gray with a tackle.
This timing was tremendous here between number 10, Jim Zorn, and Steve Largent, number 80. He hits him right in the slot where he's wide by the linebacker. You see it's over the linebacker's head. He had to jump up, couldn't get it, and in front of the defensive backs. When the defensive backs are playing that deep on a receiver, that means a couple things. They have a great deal of respect for him. It means for the quarterback, throw in front.
Gain of 24 to the 19-yard line. Sims, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Carl Barzalauskas, in his 5th year in the National Football League, was there to bring him down. Check of the scoreboard. How about this?
17-0. The Jets over Baltimore in the 2nd period.
Leahy with a field goal. Robinson to Walker, 75-yard touchdown pass. Kevin Long from 10 yards out, all for New York. A loss of a yard actually to the 20, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. Zorn to the air. He's going to keep down a sideline, out of bounds. Mark him out at the 10-yard line. And it'll be close to the first down and maybe just a foot shy.
Well, this was design play. I said before that this young man has the ability to run or throw. It's a good thing that he ran the ball because Sam McCullum, number 84, was blocking downfield. And here he must give a signal to his linemen, go. With that, they start throwing blocks. They know he's not going to pass. He's going to throw the football.
It will be a first down at the 10-yard line.
St. Louis, look out. 14-7 over Dallas, second quarter.
Your old teammate has done it again. Jim Otis, his second touchdown of the ball game for Dallas. A Staubach to Newhouse, 6-yard pass. Here it is first down. It'll be goal to go. Second back through.
There's a hole.
Great spray into the end zone. Sherman Smith. 75 yards on that drive in 6 plays.
I said before that they can hit in a hurry, and here's a delayed draw to 47, Sherman Smith. And here, there's a great hole right there, but here is a man running through arm tackling. He's not going to let an arm bring him down. You've got to put a shoulder into this man, particularly when you get near the goal line. But it's an excellent call by Seattle, excellent blocking, and excellent running by number 47, Smith. As you see, he's fighting his way into the end zone.
Herrera to attempt the point after. Good. So with 9 minutes, 4 seconds left to go third quarter, it is now Green Bay 38, Seattle 21. Limping after that extra point attempt. Did you see what happened?
Yes, after he kicked it, he put his foot down, his right foot, and somebody rolled into it, knocked him down. That's a time when things can happen. He's walking out there, but right now he's feeling some pain. And you can take a look at him. You know, he's not walking too gingerly. Now, I don't imagine he can hit it too deep.
Well, then you go to another onside attempt.
Well, that's what the Packers are anticipating right now.
That last drive took 2 minutes, 47 seconds for Seattle. Odom is deep at the 5-yard line. Herrera is limping. The front 5 for Green Bay anticipating another onside skip.
They're ready. They're ready this time.
It is high and it is short. And will be fielded by Steve Wagner. And Wagner will be wrestled out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Green Bay at their own 35-yard line, first down. Don Testerman was there for the Seahawks.
Here we are right now, 35-yard line, which is excellent field position.
And here we are with Pittsburgh-Cleveland.
Pittsburgh starting to run away. Third quarter, 27 Pittsburgh over Cleveland.
Bradshaw to Swan, 28-yard pass. Last scoring play. They've got 9.5 minutes left to go in the third of that ball game. Green Bay from their own 35-yard line. Marty Smith, 40-yard line. He's second down 5. Jerry Beeson again making the tackle along with Dennis Boyd for the Seattle Seahawks. Still have a misty rain this afternoon. The temperature kickoff time was 42 degrees. And how about this score? Buffalo 10, Houston 7. Second quarter score. The details after this play. Second down 5.
Play pass.
Whitehurst. It's there. Lofton again. 4-4 speed. Still in his speed. Whoops, too many white shirts. He was going to circle back the other way.
Until he saw the size of them. They had big numbers on their shirts, so he decided that he better go back the other way.
One number was 77. Craig Reed, he made the tackle. 19 yards on the play, first down.
Once again, they're making yardage on first down, running with the football, coming up with a play-action pass, and coming right behind the safety man and in front of the deep man. Finds the hole. When you're talking about a hole, that's what you're talking about. He's between those defensive men. Now it's a foot race, and he wins part of the foot race, but then when he turns around, he looks back, and he sees some big numbers coming in, so he said, whoops, nope, I better come back the other way.
First down at the Seattle 45. Whitehurst again. Throws. Marty Smith out of the backfield. Jets are going bananas. They now lead Baltimore 20-0. Pat Leahy, second field goal of the ballgame. That's the halftime score. Jets 20, Baltimore
And they're
nothing.
playing without Richard Todd, their fine young quarterback.
Yes, and they do miss it. He is a good one. Jerry Beeson on that last tackle. Beverly comes in. Says hello to everybody. Goes up, talks to his center. Talks to his blocking back. Lets them know. A little encouragement. Sideline pass. Largent has it. Steps out of bounds with a little assist to the 31. Now, that should be right at the first down marker. Willie Buchanan, San Diego State, now in his 7th year with 5 interceptions and a touchdown already this year. It is a first down.
They're giving him room. They're going to give them room in front, and that was a fine timing by Zorn and Largent. Pittsburgh, 27-7 over Cleveland, third period.
Rocky Blyer from a yard out, the last score.
Pittsburgh showing their strength.
Good ball club. Seattle from their own 31, first down. Green Bay with a victory today. Their record will be 6-1. Sherman Smith is back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be second down 10. And with that play, time should run out here in the third period. As we watch the countdown on the big clock. And that is it. The gun sounds after 3 with 1 to go. It is Green Bay 45, Seattle 21 as the Pack is back. Second down and 10. Seattle, their own 31-yard line. They trail 45-21. We start the fourth quarter. Zorn throws. It is there. Pass is complete. It will be a first down as he goes to Sam McCullum at the 42-yard line. Here is that address. Tax-deductible contribution that will help our American Olympic athletes. U.S. Olympics, Post Office Box 1980T, as in touchdown. Cathedral Station, Boston, Massachusetts, zip 02118. The last play covering 11 yards.
Zorn now has 229 yards passing so far, Charlie.
Well, the last state, in case you're wondering, is Massachusetts. Here we go. Far side. Is that Largent? Has a first down. Steve Largent. Now, Largent played his collegiate ball at Tulsa. Jerry Rome was the offensive coordinator at Tulsa when he played. He is now the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. And as you look at Largent, he was with Dallas. Then I believe was cut or waived. And Rome said, hey, he's a good one. Let's pick him up. And they did, and he is a good one.
Yeah, for a good one. He's going to be a great one. And the timing between he and Zorn is really great.
First down, 45-yard line of Green Bay. Sims. Sims to the 41, maybe the 40-yard line. Dave Roller makes the tackle. And hey, look at this. Am I right? Number 78, defensive right end for the Green Bay Packers. Ezra Johnson is back in the ballgame. Good news. Ezra is all right.
Good news for the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
For Jim Zorn, it may not be such good news.
That's right, but good news.
Yes.
But good news for the NFL.
He is something.
Oh, he's a good one. Second down 5. Green Bay 40-yard line. Sims breaks a couple of tackles. Boy, he will fight you for every yard. He goes to the 33-yard line. And he has a first down en route.
And they got that first down because of his effort. making sure that if somebody's going to bring him down, number 35, David Sims, he's saying to them, you're not going to do it with some arms. You better put a shoulder pad into me.
Duke Ferguson comes in for Seattle. McCullum goes out. That is the messenger service. No, it was Rabel, I believe, that went out. Using 4 wide receivers in and out of the ball game. Sherman Smith, 27-yard line. Johnny Gray makes the tackle. Gain of 6. Second down 4. We're moving on the 12-minute mark. Time remaining in the fourth quarter. Green Bay 45, Seattle 21. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, and another score. Larry Zonka one more time, his second touchdown of the ball game.
Giants 17-14, fourth quarter over Tampa Bay.
Second down 4. Dorn.
They get rid of it. Not to him.
Oh! Dropped by Mike Hunt. And it was a perfect pass. He hit it right in the hand.
Might have been a little low. And he doesn't have all of that padding and everything on his hand. And he's saying, whoa, there was nothing but little dirt and then green pasture right in front of Mike Hunt. I don't know if he'd have made it all the way, but he'd have given it an effort. And he says, oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Is that the quote?
No, that's what he said.
But that was, you cleaned it up for our family audience. Okay. Packers front 4 on defense have a nickname contest this week. What is this? What is this? I don't even, this is terrible.
Very
good. The booth is self-destructive. All right, it's third down. Zorn throws, has a man. He's there, hits him at the 15. It is Steve Rabel out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Johnny Green is the man that they're picking on.
That was single coverage on that side on Steve Rabel, number 83. Linebacker was coming. Tight end stayed in to block. Good timing. He really impresses me with his ability to throw the outside pattern. That's the toughest pass that a quarterback has to throw because the timing has to be there. Even though it's not that deep as far as yardage downfield, you're throwing the ball 35, 40 yards, and it has to be on the line.
That is the message. Gangrene for the defense.
Oh,
that's
really
terrible. Terrible.
Back to the drawing board.
Yes. One more contest. Here is Sims. Sims to the 3-yard line. Johnny Gray brings him down. Boy, Gray is everywhere.
They're not out of it by a long shot. Maybe a long way back. They may not be able to catch up, but they're going to put some more points on the scoreboard. See, he's made a move right there, putting that ball away from pressure, which was a good move. But he's fighting and struggling for every yard that he can possibly get.
It'll be second down and a couple at the 3-yard line. Of course, second down and 3 for a touchdown. 11 minutes, 2 seconds, time remaining in the ball game. 2 opponents for Seattle, the clock, and the Green Bay Packers.
Taking too much time. 1 second remaining on the 30-second clock.
Close to the first down. Let's see where the official spotted. May not be that close. And then again, it may be that close.
Well, they had 1 second on the 30-second clock.
And that is something that you talk about. One of the reasons the quarterback should call his own ball.
Well, when you're down there, you got to get in and get out. You got to get momentum going, and it's easier for the quarterback to do it right in that huddle because he's right in their earshot range. So let's go, get on the ball. We got to have it.
Third down and 1, 2-yard line. Touchdown, Seattle. David Sims is in for the score as he puts the cap on a 79-yard touchdown drive.
Nothing fancy, but this is the hard work down there. Good surge by that offensive line. You can see that Green Bay did not get penetration. And that's the secret down there when you're near the goal line. You can't afford to let them get penetration. The power of the back should get him that yard, and that's what happened on that play.
Now limping, Efren Herrera will attempt the extra point. Here's a look at Sims. David Sims, that, by the way, his 7th touchdown of the season. The drive took 4:59, 12 plays, 79 yards. Extra point is good. The score is Green Bay 45, Seattle 28, 10 minutes, 23 seconds to go. Coming by Herrera. That's what Green Bay says. Lofton is there. Rich McGeorge is
They
there.
got all the people with great hands up there.
And there it is. It has to go 10. It did not go 10 yards. Now the flag, and this is a good call. From here, I believe it was touched after it went 9 yards by the kicking team. It has to go 10 yards before the kicking team can touch it. Let's watch. Get the water off of the monitor here.
He hits
That's
those
gotta go
shots
3
like
more.
my wedge shots.
See, they touched it right there. Good call by the officials, right on top of the play.
Illegal procedure, offense. The kicking team touched the ball in the first 10 yards.
There are different ways to kick
You bring
onside.
it back. It's a 5-yard penalty. You kick over.
You can try to kick over that first wave if there is such a thing, or you can try to drill it into somebody, and have it, a line drive and hope that it hits him and bounces off of him, and you have an opportunity to recover it that way.
Now Herrera has gone limping off to the sideline. All right, do we do it again, Coach? Yeah, okay. Game 5 World Series. Now, obviously, with 10 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the ball game, that this game is not going to be over for the World Series to start. But that's the World Series pregame show. First pitch will not be till about 38 minutes after the hour, so we'll be there in plenty of time for the first pitch. He says. Now, do you do it again? Of course you do. It has to go 10 yards. Kicking team cannot touch the ball until it has gone 10 yards. That's the key. Now he just tries to flop it out of bounds. Now that means another 5, and he kicked again. Now you were talking about different kinds.
That's right. He was trying to lob it over that first wave and hopefully stays in bounds and somebody can run under it.
Speaking of fisticuffs, next Saturday, Sports World Extra. There's Sammy Green that was involved in that one. Calm down, Sam. We will have fisticuffs from Italy. How do we do it again, Coach?
Out of bounds. Kicking team will kick again after 5-yard penalty.
And we're back to the 25-yard line.
It's a lot of these soccer kickers have an advantage. I know Stenerud, for example, Kansas City could kick with either foot. So Herrera's right-footed, and they expect him to kick it to the right. If he could kick with his left foot, might change up, but you're not going to fool anybody.
Now, Doug Long, number 23, is top of the screen, second man in. Now, he has recovered 2 of the 3 onside kicks that they have been successful with. Herrera got the other one.
They
They got it! Seattle has the football. That is 4 out of 5 this year when Green Bay knew what they were doing. Harry Justin. And he is joshing with Lofton. They were opponents in the Pac-8, now the Pac-10. Justin from Oregon State, Lofton from Stanford.
They drilled it at somebody hoping to bounce it off of one of the Packers. That's exactly what happened. A lot of luck involved in this. Everybody knows what's going to happen. And he kicks it over. They don't field it properly. You get a shot at it. There's about 3 ways that you can do it. You can try to ease it on down and recover it, loft it over, or drill it at somebody.
Like Seattle.
And they tried all 3.
Zorn.
Yes, sir.
Loft. No, Largent has it. 39-yard line of Green Bay. Now we have exactly 10 minutes left to go in the ballgame. It's 45-28, Seattle trailing. They're on the move.
They're moving. I'll tell you, these people are explosive. They never quit. Good throw, good pattern by number 80, Largent. He's in front of the defensive backs. Of course, right now, Green Bay is saying, well, we're not going to give up something deep. If they're going to complete it, they're going to complete it in front of us, hoping that our front 4 will put pressure on the quarterback. But Zorn's timing is really great.
Sims. The 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6. New England, Cincinnati, now 10-3. Sam Bam Cunningham from 3 yards out for New England. Here in the 4th quarter, about 6 minutes to go in that ball game. We're in the 4th fourth quarter with 9 minutes, 9 seconds left to go.
You notice they ran a quick trap inside. And the reason for that is the defensive line's thinking pass. The linebackers are getting out of there, and a lot of times you create a big hole for the back to go through.
Second down, 6. Second back through, Smith. And Sherman, who missed the first 4 games of this season with a shoulder separation last week, was 74 yards. His second starting assignment goes to the 31. Third down and a couple. 59 yards total rushing for Smith.
Philadelphia 17, Washington 10.
Hello. Upset time this afternoon in the NFL.
That's first loss by the Redskins.
Washington's record is now 6-1. Philadelphia's record is now 4-3.
Timeout.
Timeout.
3 seconds remaining on that 30-second clock. They're taking, being that far behind, they're taking too much time getting plays called and run off. You got to get them in a hurry.
We'll take a timeout with 8:15 left to go in the ball game. Green Bay in front, 45-20 game. 6 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown. He is a good one. Don't forget tonight on NBC, after the World Series, later on into the evening, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 to 10 Eastern Time, it will be the Bob Hope 75th Anniversary Comedy Salute to the World Series. That's not right. It's the Bob Hope Comedy Salute to the 75th Anniversary of the World Series. Special guest star will be Danny Kaye. That's tonight on NBC. Third down and 2. Seattle has the football, 31-yard line of Green Bay. Largent in motion. Sims, he'll be a yard shy. It will be 4th down and 1, and the rookie from Michigan, taken in the first round of the draft, John Anderson, pushed him back.
Well, he wrapped his arms around him that time, and he said, no way that you're going to pick up the first down.
Anderson, not a bad start this year. He has 4 interceptions. Packer defense is tough. Big play defense. They get the ball for you, field position, that's your strike.
You got 7 seconds on the 30-second clock again.
4th down, 1. Sims almost breaks it inside the 20-yard line. Weaver saves a touchdown for Green Bay.
I said earlier that this man says no one's going to bring me down with arms. You're going to have to tackle me. And he breaks right through all that mass of humanity in there. Nobody really getting a shot at him. And there's a couple of hands and arms that finally coming down. 52, Gary Weaver bringing him down, making sure he wraps him up. But they're still getting awfully close to the end on that 30-second clock before the play is, or the ball is snapped.
For Sims, 21 carries now, 104 yards in the ball game. Here's Smith. Tries to cut against the grain, goes to around the 14-yard line where Robert Barber makes the tackle. He'll pick up 5. It will be 2nd down, 5.
This is kind of a delayed draw type thing, taking time because they're concerned about Zorn rolling out and throwing the football, and he cuts back against the grain or against the way that the defensive men are pursuing. It's been a successful play so far in this ball game for Seattle.
6 minutes, 20 seconds, time remaining. A Seattle score here would pull them within 10 points. A touchdown, a field goal. We're in overtime after that. Sims is covered beautifully by Gary Weaver.
Didn't get a chance that time because he slipped on the infield portion of the field. I know I've been talking about it the whole game, but there is an indication of what can happen.
That's the final. We'll stay with this ball game as Seattle is now trying to get back in it. And boy, can they ever, as they face 3rd down and 5.
They're facing that clock also, Charlie.
That's the 30-second clock.
Down always.
Boy, they do use a lot, just like you said.
They're going to get this off with about 4 or 5 seconds on the 30-second clock.
Zorn to throw. Drops it outside and misses Sherman. It will be 4th down and 5. Now, to tie it, Seattle needs 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Do you go ahead for your field goal now?
No, you go for the score. Go for 6 points. On that last play, the rookie linebackers, number 60, John Anderson, was coming, so Zorn had to get rid of the football a lot sooner than he wanted to.
Big play for the Packer defense. That offense of theirs can control the clock if they stop them here. 4th down and 5. Zorn fires. Rabel could not pull it down.
Well, the pass was thrown behind number 83, Steve Rabel, not in a spot where Zorn wanted the ball to be.
Green Bay holds. The Pack takes over.
Well, you can see the release here, and you can see the ball is thrown behind him. Had it been thrown a good pass, I'm sure 83 would have come up with the football.
5 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in the ball game. It is Green Bay 45, Seattle 28. 79 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's also rushed for 22 yards. He has a total of 301 yards in the ball game.
It's all been catch-up.
The hardest way. Middleton carry. Flag goes down. The line of scrimmage was the 14. Beeson makes the tackle on the loss, and there's a marker down. That stops the clock. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here. Preliminary signal is holding against Green Bay. Now a reminder that our World Series coverage will start as soon as this ball game is over.
Holding, offense, number 31, refused, 2nd down.
It will be 2nd down and 14. The line of scrimmage now the 10-yard line.
Green Bay does not want to create any problems with penalties because that stops the clock, and that's what the whole ball game is about right now. 5 minutes, 23 seconds remaining.
He's throwing in the coverage, and Lofton has it. Boy, what a great afternoon James Lofton has had. It is a 1st down, Green Bay. Gary Justin makes the tackle.
All right. I love this. He's throwing it, and he's drilling this ball, and he'd better drill it because there are 3 defensive men around James Lofton. 80, he came up with the football. Big play for the Pack. Got all that yardage back.
At their own 27-yard line, 1st down.
I guess they figured we'll forget about the clock. Let's go score a touchdown.
They're capable of doing it. Lofton, 4 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Jim Colburn, he gets a couple on the play.
Seattle's going to gamble now. They're going to bring a lot of people up near that line of scrimmage to shut off the run, and this is the time really in the ball game where real big plays take place because generally it's single coverage or man-to-man coverage on a man like number 80 James Lofton with his great speed and ability to run patterns. Get enough time to throw, it could be 6.
Lofton comes wide to the near side with Thompson in the slot right. Middleton and Colbert are the running backs. It is Middleton. Middleton breaks it to the 50, to the 46-yard line of Seattle. Turnell Middleton, who has scored 4 touchdowns in the ball game. Another big gainer, Kerry Justin with a tackle.
We're not through yet. Great blocking by this offensive line of the Green Bay Packers, and in particular, number 68, Greg Cook, because he's out in front throwing blocks for number 34, Middleton. You can see him right there. He's down. When you get a lineman downfield 15, 20 yards, brother, they're hustling and they're working for you, and that's what makes the running game go.
22 carries, 124 yards. His long gainer was that one, 25 yards. The big statistic, he has scored 4 touchdowns. Whitehurst to throw.
Deep.
Lofton pulls it down. Just inside the 25-yard line, James Lofton, the rookie. Number 1 draft choice from Stanford.
It's amazing to me that here he is, a rookie, number 80, able to run pass patterns and know what the defense is doing, know where he's supposed to be. Because what he's doing is finding the open spot right there. Look at, there's 3 or 4 defensive men, and that's, you can see his eyes following that ball, and that's concentration. Great hands.
And I tell you how good an athlete this man is. If he was born 2 years earlier, 2 years later, he would be an Olympic medalist in the long jump. He is that good.
I didn't know he had any choice about that.
That's right. It wasn't a vote, come to think of it. Middleton. Seattle defense strings him out this time. A loss of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Now we're moving on the 2-minute mark. Time remaining. 2:13 and counting on the scoreboard clock. And be sure and stay with us. After the football game, we'll be going to NBC's coverage of Game 5 of the World Series. But right now, the 2-minute warning will be given to both benches. We'll take a timeout. The score, Green Bay 45, Seattle 28. 3 o'clock, in case you just tuned in. Looking for World Series game number 5? It's going to be there. Don't worry, they're doing a pregame show. They'll introduce the players. First pitch is 35, 38 minutes away. We'll get there in time. Here's the pass. Lofton slipped, and he was open. He is upset simply because he slipped and fell. 4th down and 14. Now, how about this? The Cleveland-Pittsburgh game is running longer than our game. We may be going there. But again, don't worry. We're going to get you eventually to Game 5 of the World Series.
Saying sit back, relax, and enjoy.
That's right.
Sunday afternoon
on NBC. The only way to go. It is now 4th down, 14. 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the game. Torkelson is in the backfield. You can pick him up. He has a clean jersey. Looks to him, goes deep. It is incomplete. It was a bounce back. Lofton, the intended receiver. And so Seattle takes over with 1 minute 14 left to go in the ball game. Green Bay 45, Seattle 28, 1:14 left to go here. The rain has stopped in Milwaukee. I believe it has. It's still on the cool side, though. Temperature in the 40s.
You mean I can lower this umbrella now that I've been holding over your head all afternoon?
Yes, and you have done a yeoman-like duty.
Thank you.
All right. Seattle now. Their own 30-yard line. First down. Zorn. Pass is complete. It is to David Sims, and Sims will pick up a first down to the 40-yard line. And we have an opportunity to remind you that the executive producer of NBC's NFL coverage is Don Omar. This doesn't mean we're leaving. We won't leave till the game's over. Just want to give you some names of people that are responsible for our being here. Here's Zorn. Comes again. Pass complete. Sherman Smith. Smith to the 46-yard line. And now Seattle will take a timeout. So we can remind you that today's game was produced by Jim Maroney, responsible for the excellent replays, directed by Jim Holmes. He is responsible for the excellent video that you've seen at home. Bob Ochek, our associate director, and Jim Rosenberg, the assistant to the producer. Those are the people responsible. We just kind of hold it all together, as we say. That's not what they say in the truck. That's what we say up here. All right, we have 43 seconds left to go in the ballgame. Green Bay is for real. I'm impressed.
They have done a job on a team offensively. The Seattle team is an outstanding offensive team.
McCullum, the intended receiver. The information that we currently have is that as soon as this game is over, we will be then joining the conclusion of the Pittsburgh-Cleveland NFL game, and then from there to the World Series. Now that is at this moment, because things have a tendency to change every once in a while. It depends on how fast their game is going and what happens in the last 36 seconds here.
That makes sense to me, Charlie.
I certainly hope so. 3rd down and 4. Good ball game this afternoon. You talk with the Packer players, they feel that they're a playoff team, and they have shown it today. Here it is. Pass is complete. Steve Rabel. Rabel, 42-yard line of Green Bay. Gary Weaver makes the tackle. Clock is moving. 20 seconds. 17 seconds. Zorn wants to just throw it away. And he does. It is incomplete. That stops the clock. 8 seconds.
He didn't want to throw it away, but he
No,
had
I was
to.
surprised. I thought that he would want to go to the sideline and stop the clock.
Well, he had 2 plays called, I'm sure, in the huddle after the first one, and he said, if this works and we're in bounds, line up, this is the next play. So he really didn't want to waste a play. He wanted to get the play off and hopefully get into the end zone. But he had to throw it away because of the pressure the Green Bay defense put on it.
Sam McCollum comes in with a play from head coach Jack Patel. Seattle's record will be 3-4. And they go home against Oakland and Denver, and both games have been sold out in the Kingdom. Zorn. He's going to run. Steps out of bounds with 1 second left in the ball game.
Any idea what he's going to do on this one?
Same thing, but this time throw it.
Yes, sir.
Throw into the end zone and hope for somebody to catch it, hope for a tip, or hope for pass interference, hope for anything. Defensive penalty on this, which would be the last play of the game, would extend the period. Zorn now has passed for 309 yards, has rushed for 28 yards. 337 that he's been responsible for. And Turdell Middleton, 4 touchdowns for the Green Bay Packers, and Steve Odom started it all off with a 94-yard touchdown return of the opening kickoff. He goes deep. It is intercepted in the end zone by Willie Buchanan, his 6th interception of the season. And that wraps it up here. Green Bay defeating Seattle 45-28. For Bart Starr and the Green Bay Packers, their record is now 6-1. Their best start since 1966 when they were 7-1. The Seattle Seahawks, their record is now 3-4. But they are an exciting ball club to watch. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. Final score, Green Bay 45, Seattle 28.